Welcome. A little late here. Alicia caught in a little bit of traffic, but we are going to have a great show today. It's a lot of rain out there, so it's heavy traffic out there today. But today we got a great show for y'all. It's gonna be great, and looking forward to having it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little music. Alicia will be coming in a few minutes, and we will have a heck of a show lined up for y'all today. So let's gonna play a little music and let's ride it out for a few minutes for me, okay? Thanks a lot. Welcome to the Alisha Lee Dog Oliver Show.
Yes.
91.7 FM, JimsRadio.net.
Another week.
Oh man, we got some people in the studio right now that, first of all, I wish I was in one of their shape. And the other one, I wish I could dress as good as him. I'm kind of jealous right now. But you know what?
Yes.
After today, I'm gonna learn their style, and I'm gonna rock with it. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because I don't think I can say it as good as they can.
All right.
They well-spoken guys. You'll hear them.
All right.
So starting from my left to right, introduce yourselves.
Okay. His left, yep.
Yeah. All right. So my name is Jonathan Deck, and my partner Gabriel and I were the founders of JG Wellness.
Okay.
And what we do is we go into corporations or anywhere from small, medium to large-sized businesses, and we perform wellness programs that are based on diet and exercise consulting. Now, how do we go about doing that? Well, it all stems from the blood work that we provide through our vendor LabCorp. So LabCorp will basically do the biometric screening, which is going to be the blood pressure and BMI. And then, of course, we do the blood work, and that is into 4 parts. Those parts are blood lipid analysis, blood glucose. If the blood glucose is high, then we get HbA1c, which measures long-lasting blood glucose levels. Thyroid levels for your overall metabolism performance, and then what I'm really proud about is prostate-specific antigen. So we can be an early detector for prostate cancer for males of the ages of 40 to 70. It's a very, very proud thing that we have in our line. And so what we do is, based off of that, we decide what is the type of nutrition exercise program we want to prescribe for our employees of the businesses that we are contracted under. And think of it as like a before and after picture. Like, you know how you take that before picture where you have like a big gut and then after that you have the 6-pack abs? Well, what we're looking at is the before analysis of the blood work, and then after that we do another blood work assessment. If the levels decreased, if the blood pressure goes down, if the BMI goes down, then what we're looking at is a decrease in the health insurance premiums of the businesses we're contracted under. At the same time, we're looking at an increase in employee productivity. It's a wonderful thing that we really are proud about, and it's something that the other thing that we're looking at here is we're not just being an early detector for things like prostate cancer, or we're not just even decreasing health insurance premiums and raising employee productivity. But what we're looking at is we're actually contributing to allowing the employee to bring home a paycheck to their families. And that's an important thing for us. We want to be able to continue having the person provide for their family.
Longevity, long-term health.
Exactly, basically. And this is like what we stand for and everything.
And this is your business?
Yeah.
This is our business.
Y'all started it together?
Yes, sir.
How long y'all grew up together? Y'all knew each other like
So I'll introduce myself. My name is Gabriel E. Pereira. John and I are business partners, and we started this venture fairly recently this year. As you can tell, he's the brains of the operation. Very well.
I thought he was the one with the fancy suits.
Yeah. He's being modest too. He's actually in med school. He's a very intelligent individual. And to me, with this idea, he knew I had the passion for fitness and the practical know-how. I know how to apply just regular, everyday principles of fitness and nutrition to a person's life. Like somebody who's not motivated, somebody who's not into it and could really care less about eating their greens and vegetables and that kind of thing. I will get in your face. I will tell you it's do or die. And I'll get you to the point where you realize and you understand that, hey, if I don't do something about this now, it could mean a shortened lifespan or that kind of thing. Like you,
Imagine,
yeah.
Is there a certain workout or anything like that can build us some stamina? You know,
I know.
Like,
Okay.
like you know,
what you
action,
mean.
action, bro.
That manly stamina.
Let me hear it.
The manly stamina.
Yeah, I want
you
to
want-
know what can I do to better. Listen,
Well, I'll tell
I'm
you
in my
what right now.
50s, okay?
Yeah,
Ah,
you look great.
I
I can solve that problem for you. So the 3 muscle groups in the body that are known to actually increase testosterone when you train them: chest, back, and legs. Those
Okay.
are the 3 largest
Chest,
muscle
back,
groups in the
and
body.
legs.
Yes.
Yeah. So for a beginner, I recommend you just get into a total body routine at least 3 days a week. Once that becomes easier, you go to a 4, then 5 a day, and then if you become gung-ho enough, then you go to a 6-day routine. If you want to look good and have the 6-pack abs, then diet and cardio is everything. Strength training will increase your stamina, won't necessarily improve the way you look. It will to a degree, but if you really want to cut the weight, buy smaller suits, fit into, you know what I'm saying? Fit
I don't even care about that no more. That stamina.
yeah, got it. You need both. You need the weight training and then the cardio. So,
Okay.
and my background just comes from, when I was younger in high school, I was a kid that got into sports. I discovered weightlifting through sports, and I just took to it, and I became obsessed with learning everything I could about it. And then for about 5 years, I was a very successful personal trainer at a well-known Northeast gym chain. I'm not going to shout them out because I left there and I don't want to give them a free business. But I still hold the record for the most sessions trained in 1 month in the state of New Jersey for that
Very
company.
true.
And in 5 years, I logged over 10,000 hours of personal training with clients. I saved one man's life just because of him being in such good shape. He was able to overcome an infection he got when he was on vacation called leptocirrhosis.
What is that?
It's a bacterial infection you get through an open wound. So he was hiking. He stepped in some, I believe, when you're hiking, you step in all kinds of stuff, right? So he just stepped in some mud that had bacteria in there, went up through his bloodstream.
That fast?
That quick, within
within
a month.
Travel that.
Yeah,
Really?
so within a month, he thought he had like this intense flu, but doctors couldn't figure out what it was. And they finally went to a specialist. He diagnosed it leptocirrhosis, and then he told him, "Hey, we caught it in time, but if you weren't in such good shape, your organs probably would have failed by now." So
Wait, so how, just a time frame. So he stepped in mud.
Yeah.
And
a month later in the hospital, close to
Did he
death.
have an open wound? Or he just...
Yeah, like a little scratch on his leg,
and
nothing
it
crazy.
traveled up in less than a month.
It's really rare. You don't have to
that's
worry about that in the
crazy.
United States. Like they
Yeah.
were out on some tropical
Yeah,
island hiking, that kind of thing. So that's my, that was the peak of my personal training. When
Nice.
I saved somebody's life, and that was amazing. But now I want to do it on a bigger scale. I don't want to just work with one client at a time. I want to work with businesses and companies and do the same thing for their employees.
Are y'all dealing with strict businesses like insurance
much.
companies and stuff like that?
We don't directly deal with the insurance companies per se. We deal directly with the business owners because they're the ones that understand that they can get a wellness program and they can get a decrease on their premiums. And like I said before, it stems upon the blood work. So if the businesses can prove to the insurance companies that Joe Brown decreased his BMI by 5 points or anything like that, or their blood pressure went down, that's big. Even bigger if they quit smoking.
Okay, wait, so if they decrease their blood pressure, is this something where they can get off blood pressure meds?
Absolutely.
Or, so take me through the process.
Sure, absolutely. Perfect. So let's just say we take a patient.
Good question, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we even talked about type 2 diabetics medication.
Right.
So the thing is that if we have a patient that is on antihypertensive medications, we can take them off that medication provided that we get them on a fitness program immediately. The thing about it is that once patients get on medication, it's very difficult to get them off. Because why? They become too reliant on it. Sometimes they don't even take their damn medication. Therefore, the compliance is not there. And this is a big problem in the medical community. Going a little step further than that, once someone's on antihypertensive medication, the thing about it is what we have to do is we have to provide a proper exercise program. So you cannot just give a person a high intensity workout if they're on a beta blocker because their body's not able to deliver the blood over to the muscle groups effectively. So we have to make sure we program an exercise that's conducive to them. So this is the main thing. We have to keep in mind that we're not just working employees. These are also patients and everything. I treat everybody as a patient.
So let me interrupt. I don't know if you caught all that. What he's trying to say is,
Yeah.
when you take a total beginner who's on high blood pressure medications, never exercised before, if you give them a 1 hour high intensity cardio boot camp style workout, that's not good. He can go into any type of shock. Like we don't know what
Right.
could happen to him, especially because of that medication. He's got to go on, or she's got to go on Healthy diet, number one. Low intensity cardio first, and let's just fix their posture. Let's fix how they move. Let's fix any imbalances they have, and just the way they sit down and that kind of thing. So we're correcting it at the office. Everybody slouches and sitting correctly. So we want to get into their workplace, because where you work is where you spend most of your time. So like we got to start there and fix the issues there. Then you got to tell them you either need to join a gym or get some basic workout equipment at home and do that kind of thing.
So what you're saying is like, okay, for example, a diabetic, if their sugar is averaging like 250, just say 250.
Wow. Okay.
All right? And you know, it's supposed to be under 120. But when it gets down to that 120 and it stays down at, well, I'm talking about myself. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. And it
I'm
gets
asking for a friend.
and it stays in that one. If I have it in that 120
Yeah.
under it range, the body don't feel right. And the doctor told me it's because you're so used to staying in the high sugar that your body adapts to that.
You feel hypoglycemic. You feel like
Yes.
you have low blood sugar.
Yes, I feel like.
You
And
get
then
a
when I
little faint,
tested,
a little dizzy, right?
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
And when I tested, I said, God, the sugar is low, but I'm feeling like, you know.
It's an adaptation that your body actually achieves and everything. But the point is,
How can I help that?
so
It's just gradual. You gradually have to get used to being in that 120 range over time. So it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna suck for a little while. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no way around it. So, but the strength training will help you adapt a lot quicker because you're forcing your muscles now to burn glycogen on a daily basis.
It sounds like he's going through withdrawals to a normal stage.
Yes. that's
As
definitely part of it.
opposed when you're higher, you don't see the symptoms. You don't, you know, you're encouraged, you're adapting to it. But
Yeah.
now you're like detoxing from.
That's a really good analogy.
yeah.
Because you're right. The body likes to create tolerance levels for any substance you put in it, whether it's food, sugar, anything. You know, alcohol, wine, whatever you. So that's exactly the case. So your tolerance has gone way too high. We got to bring it back down. So you could just do it incrementally. Like give yourself goals. So like next month, you want to focus on being at 180 the whole time. And then once that feels normal, drop it down to 150 for a month.
Okay.
Little baby steps. And then so your goal should be by May 2018 to have 120 feel normal. So that could be very gradual, but it's on you to stay on top of it. You got to track it every day. You got to see where you're at and make sure you're staying at whatever your goal level is.
Now, I have another question for you then. Through the diabetes, I have developed neuropathy. I'm talking about myself.
Yes.
So everybody, I'm talking about myself. All right?
that's fine.
All right.
Sure.
You're familiar with neuropathy?
yeah.
You guys are signing up for our corporate wellness program. That's right. Yeah.
It looks
We
like
got
I'm happy.
we got the service.
Well,
We got the
we-
contracts right here.
I have neuropathy. And you know that's my feet, my hands, my
Yeah.
Can this help me with that?
Oh, absolutely. The point is, like there shouldn't be a high serum concentration. When I say serum concentration, there shouldn't be a high blood sugar concentration. Because the thing about that is, sugar binds with a lot of the tissues in your body and actually disrupts them. Pretty much, it actually breaks them down. You can have necrosis and everything, and then of course neuropathy. So this one thing we want to do is, you know, like you said, you're so used to having the blood sugar levels high. We have to get that down incrementally, but we have to get it down immediately. Because the thing about it is that we can get the glucose into the muscles where they're actually able to perform and do the job they're supposed to, which is provide you to move, like allow you to move. And so that's like the main thing that what we're trying to do. Because right now there's too much sugar floating around in your blood and it's not being utilized properly. Because remember, your insulin levels, like your tissues are no longer sensitive to insulin. We have to resensitize them. We can sensitize them by creating a demand. The demand is exercise your ass off. Once you exercise, you're actually going to stimulate the insulin receptors. You're going to stimulate your blood, your tissues to take in that sugar right away. So we no longer have a high serum or blood concentration of glucose. That's basically what I'm talking about.
It just to jump in for a second, for people who are just now tuning in to the Celebrity Spotlight 91.7 FM, we got Jonathan Deck live in studio with us. We also have, just say your name one more time.
Gabriel Pereira, no problem.
All right, because I could not get that.
I forgot yours also. What was it?
Alicia Lee and
Alicia
Doug
Lee.
Oliver.
Thank you.
We're talking about the
Right.
state of the economy as far as health. Now, what I want to make sure is, what it sounds like you guys are telling or suggesting to the listeners to take your health back into your own hands, to try to wean them
Yes.
off the meds that being pushed upon so highly on individuals that are relying on it. So if they wean themselves off of it and take your program and take the steps and okay, let me take my health and start working out, take the wellness approach to it, that they can actually be just as successful with their health.
Well, that's exactly it, and
Yes.
I'm glad you bring that up because the medical industry and the health fitness industry have been disconnected for so long since the beginning of time, since both of those industries started, right? So it's just now in the last 20 years that they're finally starting to talk to each other and figure out, hey, exercise and eating right cures your body, you know, or keeps you healthy. Like it can really severely reduce risk factors, you know, and these kind of things. And unfortunately, we were never taught growing up to take your health and your fitness into your own hands. It's an afterthought. You ate what your parents cooked for you. You know, you say your prayers, and that's fine. I get that. You be grateful for what you have, and that's good. But too many times we just rely on fast food or conveniences and not realizing that health and fitness is your responsibility for your own life. Because you're taught everything else is your responsibility. You got to pay the bills. You got to get a job. You got to go to work. You have to get married. You know, raise kids and family. You're taught so many things are your responsibility, except for health and fitness, and that's why so many people in this country now have fallen into that trap. But it's got to start at the home. So get your family involved, that kind of a thing too.
And if I may, as a future physician, what I want to do is I want to put preventive medicine like on the map, because one thing that aggravates me a lot is that how the hell can you prevent diseases from happening when people are waiting to go to the doctor? They're going to the doctor when the disease already occurred.
True.
So that's a problem. So a lot of physicians are promoting preventive medicine, but they're still in the hospital. They're still in the practice. That's not what you do. You go to the places where people congregate the most. And where is that? At your job, where you're there 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, where I can understand if you're drinking coffee, are you doubling that in water? Because we know that we can raise blood pressure just by drinking coffee, just because coffee is a diuretic. The second thing also is that when you go to lunch, you'll probably have a high-calorie meal that's going to spike your insulin, and then you're going to have that crash, and then you're going to want to fall asleep. Therefore, productivity goes down. So what we're trying to do as a company is not only are we trying to provide wellness programs, but we're even trying to provide alternative meal options, and that's another vendor we're looking to have. In this case, go ahead.
So what I'm saying is y'all have dietitians that work with y'all too?
Yeah, pretty much we're looking to get some dietitians to work with us. Absolutely, absolutely. But another thing about that is that we also have outside vendors that can come in and provide meals that are around 500 calories each meal to prevent that crash and burn, in a sense.
What's a safe calorie per day?
So a safe calorie per day, the average is usually around 2,000 for males and a little under for females. That's like, the FDA standard.
And remember, that's your starting point.
Right.
Because everyone's a little different. You know, you at 2,000 could probably still not be losing weight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't know that. I don't know you. But some people can eat 2,500
Right.
and be starving all day long. And, and so that's a starting point. And this is where take it into your own hands has to come into to play here. You got to be able to say, well, I've been eating 2,000 calories for a while. Nothing's changing. And let me lower it a little bit. But little changes are okay. You don't have to cut it in half. You can go down to 1,900. And that'll be fine. Same thing for women. It's a guideline. Start at 1,700 or 1,500. Go from there. If you don't notice any changes, you're not losing weight and looking better or more toned, lower it a little bit. Always lower by 50 or 100 calories at a time each time. You'll find your sweet spot. And remember, you get better and faster results when you combine that with the exercising too. So
is it kind of hard for a man my age to get working out like that?
no, because that story I told you about the individual. That God liked, we say he started working with me at 52.
Okay.
And by the time he was 54, I got, not that I'm saying you want to be some weightlifter, but I got him deadlifting 400 pounds, squatting 315, benching 315, this kind of thing. He just really took to it. And you look like you have good bone structure. You look solid. You have a solid base.
I'm 281.
Yeah. we got plenty to work with.
I mean,
You know?
I need a Twinkie. Yeah. That's all. Just a Twinkie, and I gained 4 pounds.
You're not meant to be the marathon runner. Let's train you the way you were meant to be. Be honest with yourself. You're meant to be just a bigger, stronger guy. Train that way. Don't start thinking I'm going to run the New York Marathon next year.
Okay.
So.
Why is it that you made us, we eat so much that our parents push on us? And one of the things that we constantly, and based on different races and cultures, is a lot of sugar intake. It's a lot of salt. And those are one of the main things that add to high blood pressure, add to diabetes. I don't see commercials out there telling you to watch your sugar intake, watch your salt intake,
Right.
but you hear the others.
Weird.
Yeah, you hear,
Weird.
hey, take your
Yeah.
blood pressure meds or the other stuff. Why is that?
I mean,
Why isn't the commercials teaching
There's been so many
better?
documentaries done on that, and we can dive into that topic for hours or days even. Unfortunately, nobody ever taught your parents and grandparents or our grandparents that how to eat healthy and for proper. You can get into the whole thing about the sugar industry and the corn industry and how the government are in cahoots and that kind of thing. And I don't want to turn this radio show into a whole conspiracy theory.
Cholesterol,
But yeah,
everything.
TV, commercials, industry, they're all geared towards consumerism. Eat this food, take this medication, blah, 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 this kind of thing.
Okay, but to switch it.
Yeah, switch
Now,
it up.
y'all heard CVS. Aetna?
Aetna, yep.
What you think about that?
A pharmacy buying a health insurance company.
Yes.
I think that's vertical
people don't
vertical
like it.
integration. That's monopolizing the industry. And
Yes.
I'm personally against that. I don't think it's right. But I wasn't aware of that. Thanks for bringing it to my attention.
CVS
So I got to
is
look
buying
into it.
Aetna.
94 billion.
Crap.
And some of the Aetna card holders are a little upset because now they feel like they can't go outside of CVS to buy their meds. Like that may
Did they
be
say that? Is that-
no,
is
that's
that going to happen?
that's what they're afraid of. Like that may be
Yeah, it's a
can I
legitimate
still go to
worry.
Walmart? Or
It's probably going to be a range where if you get it within CVS, it's going to probably be a cheaper price to make people come over.
We
to
hope,
the-
or they'll just jack it up to make more money. You never know what's going to happen with these
Right.
crazy mergers.
Right.
That's the first time though.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical company buying health. That is
That's why you take the power back into your own hands and start eating healthier and requiring less meds. You take it back, and you'll have to worry about that situation less, hopefully, God willing, if everything goes as
So how can
according
somebody
to
become a
plan.
client, basically?
So this requires a very strategic way of actually getting into the business, and it involves ourselves speaking with the HR benefits department, pretty much. And it can either be the HR benefits department
Or the owner, the
or the owner.
president. Right.
And what we do is we talk about like how we plan to implement this strategically into their company. We first want to find out what the company's goals and visions are
What
and
if
everything.
what if you have your own insurance? Like I have no HR for you to talk to. Retired, and I got my own insurance. You know what I mean? I bought my own Emblem. I'm with Emblem.
Right. So yes. So basically, the employer is still able to provide that for you as well, and you could choose to get it.
Where? But
Right, and you could also choose to get it yourself too. Believe it or not, like Johnson & Johnson has a wellness program, and they have provided to all their employees.
Yes, remember, this is a business-to-business
Yeah.
solution we're offering.
Right.
So we want to target employers, typically who have 50 employees or more, or whoever's just offering health insurance to their employees.
Right.
Because we're going to work with the owner and just tell them, hey, we can lower your premiums. We'll charge you X amount of dollars per employee, depending on what package we get, because we offer 3 different packages, 3 different price points, each one offering a little bit more than the next one. Okay, and then we're always going to save you right around the range of 25 to 35% off of your premium. The average company, I know in the state of New Jersey, will spend between $5,000 up to $10,000 per employee providing health insurance. So we'll take an average $7,500. If we can save you 30%, that's around $2,000, $2,100 a year. We can save you. I promise you, we're going to charge you less than $1,000 per employee. So you're going to save money, potentially save a life or two, and your employees will be happier, healthier, more productive. So, in order to get signed up with us, it's a 1-year service agreement, but you can cancel within the first 30 days if you decide to change your mind, and then after that, if you like us, keep us on. Great. If we weren't up to your standards, you're not obligated to renew.
I guess what
Yeah.
the question would be, outside, keeping my employer out of it,
Oh, okay.
all right? Is it something that you offer individually?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Is that something that will be a goal of your future to say, hey, for someone like me, I love the idea, I love the concept. I want to buy into your wellness program and just adapt your individual insurance. Is that something in the near future that you guys are working on?
If I may, yes, it's something that we can definitely, like, let's just say if like the Affordable Care Act, it gets like, like kicked out and everything.
Right.
So now at this point, you're gonna have to like pay for your own insurance and everything.
Right. Which where the government is going to.
Right. So the point would be is like we're gonna have to change our strategy a little bit, but it's okay. Here's the thing: some companies, despite that, will still keep their wellness program. Will still stay with it because employees can leave because they trust in the wellness program that's given to them. Okay, but we're ready to implement something where the individual can pay for it themselves, and trust me, it's affordable enough where you would be able to still see a decrease on your premiums because we're not really overcharging in a sense. We're like at the market rate. In many cases, we're just below it, but like you should be able to still take your health into your own hands and decrease the premiums.
Speaking of that, the COBRA, actually the employer left the company, working whatever, 91.7, I left. All right, now I want to keep my insurance. How does that COBRA affect or come into play with your...
So like how like whenever the insurance company looks at your blood work, they'll say, okay, well, Alicia's BMI is a little high here. Oh, she smokes and everything. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying that they actually see that, and there's a cost associated with that. If you can tell your insurance company that your BMI went down, that your blood pressure went down, and that, hell, you quit smoking, or in many cases, sometimes you just take up a smoking cessation program, they will actually decrease the premiums and everything. So you just have to prove that in a sense.
And it's funny you bring that up. Now with my insurance emblem, I'm dealing with a special program that they just set up about maybe 2 months ago. Psychologist.
Yes.
And a registered nurse.
Yeah.
And they oversee
Mental
my
health
charts.
wellness, yeah.
And my premium went down.
Yeah.
And my premium went down. He calls me like twice a week. Mondays and Wednesdays he calls me.
Who implemented this for you?
Emblem.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Montefiore technically. Montefiore technically did it.
Okay.
But the insurance is through Emblem. And they said, are you interested in it? They'll call you twice a week. A registered nurse will call you, see how you're doing.
And you're not giving a copay for a visit?
Nah.
It's just completely included.
Yeah, it's just included. And my premium went down like $13 a month on it. And I said, that was interesting. I said, but he called. He said, "Hey, get on my nerve." He called me, want to talk to me for like 45 minutes. I'm like, yo, I gotta go.
But you gotta sit through the sessions, right?
Yes,
right.
I gotta sit through the session.
Okay.
I'll be on the phone, I'll be driving. I hope he catches me when I'm driving, so I can just be like, yeah, and we just talk.
Right.
And he'll text me. He just, and the
Fantastic.
registered nurse, the same thing. She called me. She said, I'm looking at your blood work. Just your AC1, it went down one or whatever. She'll talk to me, and it seems like it's working right now for me. It seems like.
What are your thoughts about that?
So I think that's great, but the difference here is what we're trying to do is we're actually trying to like go in there and like sit with the person face to face and talk to them about how we can decrease it. So we're going to talk about like exercises that you can do. We're going to talk about what you should be eating and everything. We're going to talk about what is your work environment like? Are you sitting down all the time? Should we implement a desk where you can sit and stand down? Because that's something that's very, very important because we're afraid of like hernia disc. We also have physicians that we can recommend. Not only that, we can provide meals. So if your company has a cafeteria and they're spending money on it and they're hiring people to do that, well, throw that out. We don't need to do that. We can deliver the meals to you. All you need is a fridge and a microwave. But these meals are delicious. So that's what we're doing. We're actually cutting out things like that, simplifying things, and we're trying to change the culture, in a sense, and make it more of a health inclined culture.
And Doug, just to go back to what you were talking about, that's very similar to something we would be offering in our higher end packages.
Yes.
One-on-one time with the employee.
Okay.
And we would offer either monthly or quarterly visits depending on what the package employer wanted to choose. So we want to get into a little bit of everything that you mentioned. We just don't have any psychiatrists on staff yet.
Right.
But that's very high level and we like that. That is the long-term goal. And then the individualized wellness program is something I never even thought of. But it could be a new niche in the market, a B2C corporate wellness program where it's an all-encompassing one-stop shop. Instead of you going to a gym and getting a personal trainer, then getting a dietitian, then getting a psychiatrist, and having it all separate in 3 different buildings, we just create a one-stop shop for
Yes.
that.
Which would be
A
a
personal
good idea.
wellness
But
program.
you know
which
what
is,
gets me though?
Yeah.
I'll give
They-
you, that's a great idea, I'll
Yeah.
give you 5% on
They're,
that.
they're
That's
monitoring,
a
they're monitoring my prescriptions. Like, I was off for like 6 days where I didn't pick up my prescriptions like within 6 days of when I usually get it,
Right.
and they want to know why. Why am I? What up, man? So I'm taking less medication. No, I said I forgot a few days, so I had
Sure.
extra.
Are you
medication.
taking just one right now for the diabetes?
Man, I take metformin. I take,
okay, yeah.
I take Januvia.
Okay.
I take lisinopril.
Okay.
I take Levermil.
Oh, that okay. So you have hypertension issues,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Yes,
All right.
and they monitor all that too. I mean,
Well, they're supposed to, and they're doing their job at that
Yes.
point. The thing is that they want to make sure you're not missing anything. Because here's the thing, and a lot of patients don't realize is that when you're on type 2 diabetes medication and you're forgetting about it, and you have your blood glucose levels going up, not to mention the fact that you're on antihypertensive medication. Well, if you're not taking those medications on time, your chances of getting heart disease go right through the roof. It really does. And most people don't realize that having type 2 diabetes increases your risk for heart disease.
Yes, it does.
And so that's the thing that they're trying to keep monitoring. And it's a great thing that they're doing that. And it's sort of the thing that we're trying to do as well. We're trying to make sure that they're taking medication, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we can get them off medication because that's the
Yeah.
important thing. So that's like the plan with everything, but that's what they're trying to do for you.
A question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing that you guys you look at the BMIs, the
Blood pressure.
AL1Cs,
HbA1c, yes.
cholesterol. You monitoring that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
Prostate level,
Prostate specific antigen.
Now-
Yes.
for the.
I guess what I'm trying to get at, would you guys be looking at the whole titers of an individual's blood work, which would be the white blood cells, the red blood cells,
So-
or are you targeting just glucose or
We're
certain
targeting.
segments of the titers report, the
So
health report?
we're being very specific because one of the things is like we're not really trying to govern immunology in a sense and looking at that. You can see your primary care provider for that. Though I would like to see if we can talk about getting flu shots in our company and give that as well. So that's another thing you brought up.
I mean,
that
pharmacy companies, the CVS.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
So we could do that and prevent employee absenteeism. But going back to the point, we're looking at the things that seem to be the highest risk right now in the U.S. right now, which is heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer. So we're yes, and go ahead.
I was gonna say, we picked the metrics we picked first in the beginning because those are the most immediate to quality of life.
Yes.
In our opinion. Cholesterol, high blood pressure, blood glucose levels. Those are the three systems that dictate cardiovascular health. And like he said, if once those things start breaking down, you can start getting heart disease, and then that's the #1 killer in the country.
But see, my thing, and I'm saying this because a family member I know, when cholesterol builds so high, you get to a point where you do face heart disease and they have to put in the stents or whatever the case may be.
I could explain this. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
how do you can't get off stents is for life?
Yes, the
But
stent.
then
was
there's nothing that they do to kind of guide you through. Okay, you got a clog in your artery.
right.
What do you do with that?
Okay, so the thing is, like, all right, you'll once you have that, you'll be put on a statin drug. You'll be put on a lipid lowering
statin,
drug.
yep.
Right. So I mean, the stents there, nothing you do, but
Just blood thinners.
right, and then the statin drugs. But you better get started on a wellness program. If you don't, you're screwed because it only gets worse from there. And then we can count on having another stent or maybe a triple bypass, bypass surgery in itself. We got to stop it immediately right now. And so the best way to do that is changing the diet immediately. We got to do that, and we got to get them on a physical fitness activity.
I do want to interrupt real quick and just say to the listeners that if your current company is not providing a wellness program and you get to that point that John was just describing, when we say wellness program, we mean see a nutritionist, see a dietitian, you see certified personal trainers that knows what they're doing when it comes to strength training and cardio, and starting you off nice and slowly and gradually. Because these are the things that are going to slowly but surely walk back your condition. So,
Yes.
but it's on you. You know, your doctor might tell you, hey, you need to start exercising, but it's a 2-second conversation. You leave their office, and then that's
Right.
it. You know.
Just one other thing.
Yep.
So personally, right? I
Yeah.
want to start this program, and I'm not with an employer, all right? Like Doug said, what will be your first top 5 for someone like Doug, who's a diabetic? Like, what's the first thing he should do as far as his own wellness, exercise? Should he walk a half an hour? But then sometimes you walk too much, because you got neuropathy. You can't walk too long. You can't walk too much. So speaking to the terms of that, like, what would be your top 5 things to do, I guess?
Well, to answer that honestly, I know, with the walking with the neuropathy helps you. It actually flows, it's a blood flow thing. So with the neuropathy, as you walk longer,
But you feel the pain?
you don't feel it less. You feel it less.
Okay.
The blood is circulating better.
Do you get insanely sore the next day from doing that kind of thing?
No, I get sore.
How about night when you're about to go to bed?
Yes,
So
when
the
I'm
point-
laying down.
Right. So the point is that your body's responding differently. Once you start walking and the blood flow is going through your body and everything, it's going to be, in a sense, it's almost like anti-inflammatory. It's going to be promoting blood flow and all that stuff, and it's going to be for the purpose, and it's going to actually like inhibit the pain in itself.
it does.
But it's important that you do that regardless, because actually it's still stimulating your nerves to grow and heal in any case, because you're actually causing blood flow to circulate through.
So it's like he's going through withdrawal again? Kind of?
Well, no, not necessarily. Here's the thing: if anybody tells you to not exercise, I really would check into that carefully, because you should always be exercising. Granted, we have to really modify the exercising. So going back to the whole like where we would start, diet. You gotta start diet.
Start with
Without
diet.
any question, the diet has to be addressed first. Okay, once we address that, we can do low impact exercises right away.
Which are?
Okay, so like for example, the walking, making sure we put in the proper shoes and everything that have the right insoles. Low impact, such as like maybe you could be sitting down.
Yoga.
No jumping, no bounding. Yes, yoga's
Yoga's
great.
All right, before you get into that though, I understand you probably know much about this. I've been a diabetic for about 17 years.
Right.
Okay, everything you eat turns to sugar.
Okay, so
Everything you eat
Right.
turns to
That's
sugar.
so oversimplified.
yes,
though.
it really is.
But I know
Why do you
what
say that?
I know what you're saying.
I can eat
Right.
a carrot.
Right.
I can eat
But here,
that,
let me
and
ask
I
you
checked my
something.
sugar late. I checked my sugar right after, and it went up 60 points, 80
No,
points.
every meal you eat, even if there's no sugar in that meal, like a piece of grilled chicken,
Yeah.
will slowly and gradually increase your blood sugar level, because you're going to digest the proteins. Your body's going to digest your amino acids. Whatever amino acids you don't need to repair muscle tissue, through a process called gluconeogenesis, it becomes glucose in the blood that your body will use. But that will happen slowly and gradually, maybe over the course of 1 or 2 hours. When you eat that's called so you got to look into the glycemic index.
Right.
That's a low glycemic food. It just means it takes time to digest, break down, the blood sugar rises gradually over time. It's a trickle-in effect. That's what we want. When we have the huge spikes in sugar from literally eating sugar or drinking a can of soda,
Right.
that's not natural. It doesn't happen in nature. You can't just find sugar in a bush and eat the bush sugar. It doesn't work that way. So your body doesn't know how to handle it. It's a huge spike in insulin, and this is what leads to the insulin resistance, because you're constantly exposed to these huge rushes of insulin, which is exactly what happened to you in your case. So that's the difference. So when you're gonna start eating things like vegetables and carbohydrates, make sure they're low glycemic. So that's something you can educate yourself on. So this is a good segue back into your top 5 that I want to answer real quick, because I had a list in my head.
Okay.
Yep.
It's so he said diet, so I'm gonna just break it down into number 1 is water. A gallon a day, I don't budge on that. I don't care how much you
Gallon
weigh
a day, you
or
say?
who you are.
Okay.
Male or female, no matter how much you weigh, you should be drinking a gallon of
gallon
water.
a day.
Gallon a day. Once you get used to it, you feel dehydrated if you don't get a gallon a day. Trust me, you want to get used to that. You'll notice better energy. You won't be as groggy. You won't be as cranky all the time. Then learn how to cook vegetables, prepare vegetables, and learn to like to eat vegetables. That's number 2. Number 3, learn to prepare.
When you say vegetable, green vegetables?
You can do any kind. I don't want to go hardcore on you right now and say only greens. The purpose of eating only greens is to, like, say, diet down for some sort of photo shoot or competition.
Okay.
That's very extreme. That's not normal in the realm of healthy. Okay.
Okay.
Normally healthy foods, vegetables, and then learn to prepare healthy proteins or lean proteins, or if you want to be a vegetarian, just make sure you have a diverse plethora of foods that you're eating. Learn how to prepare them. So that's 1, 2, and 3. your water, your vegetables, your lean proteins, and then 4 and 5 is learn your low impact exercises. Once that gets easier, then start learning some strength training.
And then
Yes, those are
I'm thank you for speaking on that, because
Yeah.
now with the low pack exercises, you were talking about the walking,
Yes.
okay?
Right.
And then from there,
Right, yeah, so we want to make sure you're doing walking, but then we also want to not only make sure we strengthen the legs, we got to make sure we strengthen the upper body too. So we want to make sure we're doing things like yoga or body weight exercises. We could even go back to machines, but we don't want to really stress the body too much, because remember, you're on medication. So it depends on what medication you're on. But the thing is, depending on your fitness level, we can determine how active you should be.
so yoga is good.
Yoga's great.
Yeah.
Yoga's excellent. It's a stress reliever. It gets you more flexible, and you're getting used to utilizing your own body and working with your own body.
Well, I hate, you turn and keep going back on this with y'all, though, but I say it's neuropathy. That's some nerve damage.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Can this help nerve damage? Because nerve damage is unrepairable.
Well, depending on how extensive the nerve damage is.
I mean,
Right. So like for example, like if you're having like some minor nerve damage, the nerve will actually like break down on one end and then it'll start healing, but it's like a millimeter a day. So eventually the nerve should like bring itself back
Like
to
a
normal.
split end, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. So yeah, it actually so
How long have you had your neuropathy?
right.
I had neuropathy probably about maybe 13 years.
Right. So what you're trying to do basically is that, okay, well, you're of course letting yourself heal, right? But it doesn't help to have a high blood sugar level and continuously having that, because that's preventing the healing, right? So
Making it worse.
Right, exactly. So once you get it down, now you have to go through rehabilitation exercises, physical therapy, things like that. Because what they're going to try and do is they're going to try to promote that nerve healing and promote the muscles to get stronger, in a sense. So, your nerves will essentially heal. It just depends on how extensive that nerve damage is. I mean, if we're talking about nerve damage, that's like completely the entire nerve is like cut off, then yeah.
And look, we don't want to blow smoke.
Right.
You may have unrepairable nerve damage.
Right.
No, I'm
Exactly.
not. I'm not that kind of doctor or scientist.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just a motivational, speaker when it comes to fitness, that kind of thing. He's the real brains behind the operation. But the point is, with time, remember, it took you 13 years to create this level of damage. So I'm just using normal common sense. If you started doing everything perfectly today, eating healthy and exercising, low impact and that sort of thing, it might take you up to 13 years again to undo whatever damage is undoable.
Well,
To get back to a certain
I'm
level
glad you
of
said
comfort.
that.
It's a good process, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're saying that.
It's just a lifestyle. You
gotta change your lifestyle.
gotta change your lifestyle.
Because you see, for diabetics, and see, I'm talking for diabetics right now. So diabetics listening, I know these are some of the things they want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, diabetics, it doesn't have to be food.
Right.
You could be stressed, and your sugar shoots straight up.
Cortisol.
You understand what I'm saying?
Cortisol, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that for me, it ain't all about food. I can just had a hard day, get home, and my sugar's sky high.
Yoga.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The sugar's sky high, so I'm pumping this, trying to get it down.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, we're dealing with a lot of things.
Sure.
And we didn't heard so many different things in life that help us, natural stuff. They got this oil.
Herbal remedies. you're talking
Yeah,
about? Ashwagandha.
Yeah. And all that.
That's a nice adaptogen. It's I don't want to call it anti-cortisol, but it just helps your body regulate its own hormones better,
Yeah. And ginger.
and it's going to keep you from having those bursts of
Cinnamon.
cortisol.
Right.
Cinnamon is very good for your insulin sensitivity. But I've been dying to try ashwagandha because I sometimes get stressed out at work too because I'm in sales during the day, and I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard great things. I know a couple of friends of mine that take it. Are you using it?
Yeah. It's
Have
all
you
right at
noticed
times.
somewhat of a difference?
Yes, I noticed it. But stress is stress. When
And
that
being
part-
dehydrated amplifies whatever you're experiencing.
There's a water
So
bottle.
make sure you're drinking. If you got 5 minutes and you can chill out, Doug, go outside, take a walk, chug some water. I'm telling you, that's. I do it all the time. If I get off the phone, I just had a bad sales call, or that kind of thing. I'm like, I need 2 minutes. I'll go chug some water. I carry a gallon with me wherever I go. I almost brought it in here, but I said I'll be all right. I got it in the car.
And this is an important question. Hold on, this is an important question. Before we go,
No, I got
I
some
need to know this. Viagra or Cialis? Is that bad for diabetics?
I don't think so. I think it's good for everybody.
Going back to your company and the wellness and everything.
Doug, we'll talk later. No.
2 questions. How can they follow you? How can they get started again with everything? I know this is business related, but if they do want just some of the questions that me and Doug
Sure,
had
yeah.
on an individual, maybe
Yeah.
they want a personal trainer. How can they reach out to you guys?
All right, so through our website is jgcorporatewellness.com, and you can literally put in like a request for either a speaking engagement at your company, or I mean, if you just want to come and chat with us, I mean, you can email at us at like my email address is jdeck, JDECK at jgcorporatewellness.com, and Gabriel's is Perea, PEREA at jgcorporatewellness.com, and just talk to us. Let us know what you need, what your company needs. If you're looking for a corporate wellness program, and then what we would like to do is then talk to the HR personnel at that point and see if we can, get this thing going. But that's exactly how one of the ways that you can reach out to us.
And look, I just want to interrupt real quick and say I like to help people, even if I might not be getting paid at the end of the day. I always believe doing as much free work as possible because it will come back to you.
Yes, it will.
It will every time.
Yeah,
So
what you put in life, you get back.
exactly. So if anyone's listening and you just have general questions about health, feel free to use those email addresses to email us. We'll get to as much of it as we can.
And then there's just one question that
Yeah.
we didn't touch on real fast. I know we talked about the healthy eating as far as the leans, the vegetables, and everything. What about the fruit? What's the top 3 healthy fruits that people should be eating as far as intaking in their diets? I hear people do.
I like high water, low glycemic fruit. So like any type of berry is usually really good. Strawberry, blueberry, papayas are good. Watermelon's good. It's just high water, low sugar.
What about avocados and mangoes?
Those are great.
Right.
Is it fruit or?
Well, yeah,
what
I'm
just
yeah,
saying,
we
you know,
could, we
as far
could
as
almost
vegetables,
consider it a
right.
fruit because it has a seed
Right,
in it.
right,
I mean, what we're
right.
talking about here is we're talking about a food that has a great amount of fat,
love
omega
mango.
3, omega.
And I like an apple because it's.
I was going to say that
Right.
next was because like actually apples have the effect of actually lowering lipid levels. It's been
Right.
studied. So
Yeah.
yes, so make sure you're eating your apples definitely. Try to eliminate dried fruits because Gabriel and I know that's too many calories.
Oh, that's
in many
sugar.
cases. Yes.
Since they're dried.
Dried
Yeah,
fruits, dried fruits,
Like,
dried
you mean the ones that they package?
Yeah, dried apricots,
Yeah,
and
dried,
everything. Because remember, they're taking the entire fruit and they're shrinking it down to this small little
And why is that supposed
bite-sized.
to be healthy? I thought that was supposed to be healthy.
Well,
Because
it
they
does.
mix it with the nuts and everything.
Sometimes it retains some of the vitamin and mineral content, but remember, satiety is important, right? So if you're taking an apple or if you're taking like an apricot that's like the size of your hand, your fist, well, that's going into your stomach. But if you're taking out all the water and everything out of that, you're shrinking it down to this small piece. Remember, it still has all of the glucose content in it. So that's going to spike your blood sugar really, really fast. Remember, volume is important. We want to make sure we put a lot of volume in our stomach, and dried fruits have low volume,
So what
meaning
he's
small
talking
spaces.
about is the amount of bulk in the food versus
Right.
the amount of calories. So when you take dried fruits, they still have all the calories in them, but like a third or fourth of the size.
Exactly.
So you're probably going to eat 4 times as much.
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
How many dates are you going to eat? Like, right?
Yeah.
You love dates,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Tons of sugar.
So
and
always
small.
eat your fruits that I mentioned as completely whole and off the tree as possible. Don't do
Myth.
nothing to them.
Myth or stereotype, is lemon good? Like I see people put lemon in their waters or cucumbers in their waters. Is lemon, should they do that? Is that a good thing or a bad thing to do that? Or should they just eat the lemons just straight up?
I'm not opposed to it. I see nothing wrong with it. I know my mom loves doing that. It's funny you bring that up. She does it every morning. And, she swears by it that she's been able to lose 5 or 10 pounds.
Some people
I'm
use it
like,
as a diet.
yeah, I'm like, that's great,
Supplement.
Mom. I'm like, your son knows a thing or two about dieting, but it's okay.
Right.
You get it. But I'm not. It's fine. I'm not opposed to it. I've never. Is this some miracle cure-all? I don't really think so.
Okay.
You
If
know?
it makes you drink the water,
Right.
do it.
So do it.
If,
Okay.
Yeah, if you
That's
like
the
it,
flavoring
and if
for
you're gonna
water.
do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's
What if you
nothing
like-
bad about it.
What if you like eating other things?
What the hell are you talking about?
Talking about steak.
What do you want? Steak and potatoes?
Yeah, I'm saying, hey, the fish.
Oh yeah. So
I mean, I'm talking about the fish. Is it a lot of sodium?
What about omega 3s?
well, I mean, like,
no.
omega-
fish.
I'm talking,
He going somewhere
Fish
else.
No, I'm talking about Eve.
Yeah, fish tacos. Yeah, fish tacos.
so
That's not a sodium.
It's actually high in protein.
yeah.
It's high in protein.
Good.
Great. Take tilapia and salmon. You can't go wrong. You're talking
Think about another fish.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but he wanted he's
going over his head.
He's recording. But let's talk.
I want to talk about like
Way over his head.
Okay, all right.
As I actually talk about it. What about the
See, brains and the funny guy. No,
Oh,
it's okay.
all right,
It's
all right,
okay.
yeah, whatever.
What about the omega-3s? The like.
Okay, so you're looking at like basically salmon has a high concentration of that. You're gonna need fats. Don't think you can't go a day without fats. It's a very important for your hormone balance. So you're gonna find that a lot in the salmon you eat. If you want something that's leaner, of course, and Gabriel and I stand
Yeah,
by
fats
that.
are not the enemy.
You're right.
Fat.
Sugar is.
They
Yes.
want
Fat is
they,
not the enemy.
They prefer us
Depends
to eat
on-
fatty
Right,
food.
the healthy fat. Right.
Fatty food.
Healthy
helps,
fat.
Yeah,
Right.
Healthy
it helps us out.
So
Right.
here's how you know good fat versus bad fat. Bad fat. When you look at a nutrition label, anything unsaturated is healthy. Monounsaturated
Right.
Yes.
is better than polyunsaturated, but for the most part, they're both
It's a liquid-based fat.
they're
that's what
most
we're
they're
talking about.
both better than saturated. You don't want saturated fat ever.
Because that's not a liquid. It hardens at room temperature.
That's right.
You ever see bacon when you cook bacon on, you
And
know,
the grease
yeah.
just sit there.
and then you let it sit there and then it hardens
Yeah, yeah.
and becomes like lard. So
Yeah.
that's like a heavy amount of saturated
Okay,
fat.
gotcha.
But what we're talking about is the liquid-based fat that you find in your those nuts, olive oil, and everything, because those are the monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. So if you're looking at your nutrition label, pay attention to the total fat and look at poly and monounsaturated fat,
And those are the good things.
those are the things that should be high, and the saturated fats should go away. Not saying that they should completely go away, but for some, whatever. But they shouldn't be really high, like 10 grams high. Like a slice of cheesecake can have about 10 grams of saturated fat. The other thing is stay away from trans fats. Very bad.
Yeah,
So
that's a man-made fat. It's
exactly. So
You know, they
It's the
for
devil.
snack. For snack for us, they like us to have peanut butter.
right.
yeah. Make sure you get the natural kind that you got to stir with the oil separation.
Exactly.
People don't see these little tricks. People don't really know all the time. Almond butter is great too. I recommend you try it. Raw organic coconut oil is great too. That's a really good source of fat.
Coconut oil, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Make sure you get the raw organic kind, unrefined.
Coconut water might be good too, right?
Coconut water is just like a tasty treat in my opinion because it's got some sugar in it.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
what
don't
I
really have
tried
a-
that.
Yeah,
It
it's
tastes
a it's a
sugary.
gimmick. It tastes great.
Yeah.
And it it comes from a fruit, so it's like orange juice. Tastes great. It's got some vitamins in it.
But
At the end of the
it's-
day, it's not a.
It's not healthy.
I don't want to call it unhealthy. It's just not what it's made up to be.
Yeah,
it's
they're
all
making it
it's
look
all
like some
marketing.
miracle thing, yes.
Yeah, it's all marketing. You're not gonna drink it after a day of drinking and cure a hangover with coconut water. And I've heard people say that all the time. And that's not true.
So
Yeah.
I know you said how they can follow you and everything. I reached out to
Come back.
let me
Sure.
Yeah.
That's Alicia.
We'll do a
live workout
Yeah.
on the radio.
Sure, why not?
I really want y'all to brand yourselves right now, so our listeners can say, "Yeah, I want to get in touch with these guys." This
Right.
sounds to help us, helpful. I know you gave them the email. Is
Right.
there any other way they can contact y'all?
Do
Maybe
you
they
mind
want
if
to
I give
present y'all.
No,
my personal website. So on the side, I still do online coaching, online personal training for one-on-one people. So this is outside of business to business. So my website is gabeperea.com. And
Spell that for them.
GAB as in boy, E, P as in Peter, EREA. So it's just my name, gabeperea.com, one word. And then my email address is gfitperformance@gmail.com.
And the information, you guys, the name of the company one more time?
Oh, JG Wellness.
JG
So yeah, that's basically if at any point you would like to hear more about us and everything, just talk to your HR department and say, hey, you know what? I don't think we have a wellness program in our company. I would like to see if it's possible to get these guys to come in and just speak about it. Because here's the thing, most of the time people don't really understand. The best type of sale is when you're up front and personal with them, and they can actually see what the product that we're providing, and they can see the people that are handling the health and wellness program for their company. So just go on and talk to your HR department, ask them if there's a wellness program. And if they have a wellness program and you don't know about it, that's a problem too. That is a big damn problem. That means that people are not getting involved with it. Well, let us show you how we can get you involved with it.
So let me ask you this then. Let's motivate them now. Let's say if they can introduce y'all to the HR department and they can get y'all on board there. Well, y'all get on board. Is there any type of incentive for them?
100%.
Of course.
It's we're gonna save your employer money 30% off of their.
But I'm talking about for the individual
For the
that gets you
individual.
in there.
I'll make an offer right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll do it. So anybody listening right now, if you get us an appointment with your HR department or your owner or the president of the company for JG Wellness, I will personally give you 3 months of free personal online coaching, which will include workouts, diet, nutrition advice, that kind of a thing. And we'll get it started right away as soon as you get. And you only have to get us an appointment. Your company doesn't have to sign up for the.
Okay.
Because there might
For
be
the
people who
incentive.
want to be a consultant for you guys. And be
Yeah.
the voice,
Sure.
you
Yes.
know.
Okay. Is there any type of incentive to have someone that
Just remember to reference, Gems Radio promotions.
Yeah.
So I'll remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there incentive for anyone who said, "Man, I got a couple companies in mind that I can take"? Is there any type of incentive where they can get some sort of, for getting their bonus kickback at them? I mean, they got y'all like 4 different ones. 2 of them signed up. Is there something like, "Hey, we're gonna give you a bonus for this and this and that"? You know what I'm talking
So like a
about?
referral fee.
Yeah.
Sure.
We haven't thought of that yet. That's
Yeah.
a good question, but I think we could definitely work out some numbers. Can we get back to
That
you on
motivate
that?
people.
100%.
Yeah, really.
You work out the fine prints, and what we do, we're gonna invite you guys back down to 97gemsradio.net, and by then we can answer. Hopefully, you guys could answer a few of those questions that Doug just threw at you.
Sure,
for
yeah.
people who are
Absolutely.
motivated to be consultants or work the incentive referral program for you guys. All right.
I would love that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, listen, before we go, because I want you to bring yourself real quick.
One more
So we're
time.
gonna go to a break,
Uh-huh.
and when you come back, we're gonna have somebody else.
That's right.
Yeah,
Boot out of here.
Yep.
Right.
So you can hang out with us.
Bring-
So, my name is Jonathan Aaron Deck and Gabriel Eduardo Perea. We are the founders of JG Wellness. It's a really exciting time, especially in this day and age where we can take control of your health issues and really give you a method by which we can actually make you healthy, make you productive, and actually even decrease the insurance premiums of the businesses we work for. So,
All right. There you go. Thank you guys.
All right.
So
Take
you're
it
listening
easy.
to Alisha Lee, Doug Oliver, Celebrity Spotlight. We'll be right back. Gems Radio, 91.7 FM.
Welcome back to the Alisha Lee Doug Oliver Show, JimsRadio.net, 91.7 FM. We got, I don't know if I want to call him Luther. I don't know if I want to call him Marvin. I don't know if I want to call him Lionel. I can even go young school on him and call him R. Kelly. But we got the man himself, Teddy Houston. I mean, this man here is, I heard his music a few times now, and every time I hear him, I want to bring him back. If it ain't on the radio station, it's on Cablevision. Well, we welcome him back, Teddy. How you doing?
I'm good, Doug, man. It's a pleasure to be back with you guys. Always a pleasure.
Man,
Yes.
listen, you are the man, bro. You are the.
I'm
You did a,
trying.
you did a
I'm
great
sure.
job at Cablevision. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Thanks, man. That
You
was
get
fun.
around. You get around
I
now.
hope you sing that song at Cablevision. That was a nice song.
Well, I remember that you wanted to hear it,
Yes,
so I
yes.
got it for you.
Yeah.
You know, I know the women really pay attention to men that have uniforms on and sing. I want to sing now. I want to sing now, Teddy.
Doug, I believe you can do it, man.
I really want to get myself together. I want to practice, man. I'll come wherever you want me to meet you. I want to practice, and I want to get it, man. I want to get up there and watch all the people look at me. I want to sing. I want them to throw their underwears at me. I don't care if it's still got the
Nice.
padding in them. I don't even care. The tampons, they can hit me in the head. I go like this. Who threw that? I want to sing.
sing.
We can do that,
I
man.
want to sing.
Yeah.
So Teddy, I know you got some new music.
Wait, before we get into the music, for people who are just tuning in, who missed the
Mm-hmm.
last time you was on 91.7 FM, tell them who Teddy Houston is and how you got started.
Sure. My name is Teddy Houston. Been singing for the longest kind of time. Started as a little boy back in Port Arthur, Texas. Loved singing. Always loved it. And then after a while, started doing karaoke like in the early 90s. And I had a great experience one night, and that prompted me to try and take a little bit further and see what I can do. So I started stretching out a little bit, started doing some showcase stuff and doing a few shows with a couple of groups, a couple of people. Ended up recording my own stuff, and so I've just been moving. Just, trying to get it done, trying to reach people through song and touch people and just bring some joy to the world.
Nice,
Mm-hmm.
nice. All right.
Well, you definitely brought joy to me when I didn't hear them songs you did. Like I said, you inspired me to sing, Teddy.
That's a good thing, brother.
Inspired me. I just got to come up with a name for myself.
Doug is cool. You could just be Doug.
Just be Doug. Just be Doug.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Just
Right.
Doug.
Well, Teddy, what I want to do is I want to get into some of your new cuts because you are back on the show. Probably a lot of people didn't identify with you already from being here before. So I want them to hear some of your new stuff right now, and then we can talk about the songs after that. What's the first song we're gonna have on them right now?
Ain't that I can't read the
Well, that's
description.
ain't that peculiar. Well, that's not Teddy. That's actually Marvin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm
So you
working on
ready?
some stuff. But I got a couple of a couple of covers here that I do. Still working on some stuff, but
Wanna play
You
that?
gonna do some live stuff or you wanna?
Yeah, man.
Oh, he's doing live stuff.
Yeah,
man.
that's what you.
That's what I wanted anyway. To be honest with you, that's what I mean. Hey, now I know you're a proud man, and you don't mind that. These gentlemen, they're your friends.
yeah, they good.
You know what I'm saying?
They good.
I mean, do you? We can invite them in, and we can just have a party right here.
They can come in if they
All
like.
right, hey, y'all come on in, cause Teddy, you been here, and
I'm about to Facebook you live.
and
on
we
this
gonna
one.
Let's do it.
all right, cause see Teddy, Teddy's a singer.
Did y'all know that?
He's a singer.
I found out today, actually.
That Teddy's a singer?
So he's gonna go live in here.
Okay.
I want y'all to go over here so y'all be on camera so everybody can see y'all guys.
All right.
I mean, y'all guys some well dressed guys,
What do
man.
you-
Y'all look like superheroes.
Well, when he was a shark, so.
All right, so Teddy, when you said.
I'm not. You said. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Lord,
Okay,
Jesus,
all right.
Jesus. All right, Teddy, we're gonna get to you though. We want her to set up her Facebook Live,
We gotta make sure she right. And then
Yes.
we can
All right. Yeah. All right.
Go
So
from
I
there.
think I am ready to go.
Well, before we do that, point it on them, because they didn't have a chance to see. We haven't had a chance to see them Facebook Live real quick.
Yeah.
Facebook Live right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
point it up on them so they can see
All
you.
right. All right. Okay.
It's on Facebook. All right. How you doing?
Hold on.
Oh, you're not live yet?
1, 2, and there you go.
What's going on Facebook? Gabe John from JG Corporate Wellness. Happy to be here.
Yes.
On
Where you at,
GemsRadio.net. That's right. We're at
91.7?
GemsRadio.net right now, 91.7 FM.
With Alicia Lee
With
dug
Alicia
out?
Lee and Doug.
All right.
I gotta be prepped.
Can y'all
So
do
there you
that
go.
one more time without the interruption?
You go, John.
All right. Okay. John Gabriel, GG Corporate Wellness, and we're here live at gemsradio.net, 91.7 FM with Doug and Alicia.
All right.
Well done.
And we got Teddy Houston.
Teddy Houston, guys. Nice.
Oh, man.
Live.
He about to go live on y'all right
91.7
now.
Gems Net.
All
With
right,
my
about to hit that
people,
track.
Doug
right.
Oliver, Alicia
right.
Lee.
Let's do it. Let's hear it, Teddy. You want me to do backup?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. All right.
Can he sing? All right, let's go. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Go live too.
Go ahead. You ready? Go ahead.
I don't
It's
hear
playing.
Oh, you want the music, right?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it live. I thought you were going to do it live.
We are, but we need the track.
I don't hear the track playing. Is that it?
Honey, you do to me wrong, but still I'm crazy about you. Stay away too long and I can't live without you. Every chance you get, you seem to hurt me more and more. Well, each hurt makes my love stronger than before. I know flowers grow through rain, but how can love grow through pain? Well, ain't that peculiar, baby? Peculiarity. Ain't it peculiar, baby? Peculiar as can be. Hey, you tell me lies that should be obvious to me. But I'm so much in love with you, baby, till I don't wanna see that the things you do and say are designed to make me blue. Well, it's a doggone shame my love for you makes all my lies seem true. Well, if the truth makes love last longer, why do lies make my love stronger? Well, ain't that peculiar, baby? Peculiar as can be. Ain't it peculiar, baby? Peculiarity. Hey. Doug, you ready for the background?
Oh,
All right,
Here we go.
Y'all ready?
Hey, hey.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Uh,
I cried so much just like a child that's lost his toys. Maybe, baby, you think these tears I cry are tears of joy.
What? Oh man, y'all saw that? Y'all saw that? Say what?
See, we creating it here. We got live, we got backgrounds just dropping in without any practice. We working it.
Hey, now Tay, you know what I have to give us?
We got
man.
another hit for you.
I want you to give us one of them ballads you did. I want these guys to hear your voice like
You Are My Lady.
you are my lady.
I love that. Can you do that?
Lady, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
here we go.
We can do that.
All right. No background music or?
Yeah, background.
Okay, so is that the one we sent? No, I think that's You Don't Know. Is that
He's
You Don't Know
going deep
Me?
on this one. Deep vocal chords.
No, you don't know me is.
Oh yeah, I don't have the music for
is
for that
cool
one.
too. You
want
don't
to do
have?
I let the lady of my. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a very.
Yeah.
Which one you have? You have
You
lady
do.
or you have you don't know me?
You Don't Know Me. That's when you sent it.
You want to do? You don't know me?
Yeah, we'll do that. You'll
Okay.
like that.
All right.
What are you talking about? Well, yeah, I do. You want to female? Negro, this is me.
Serenade the female. That's right. It's about the female right now.
Only because she asked for
That's
it. though.
right.
You got it
You
on?
know.
Yeah, we ready. Go ahead.
And then you say hello.
That's what it is. You don't know
You
me.
sure?
Hardly speak.
We're going to do you and my lady then.
Yeah, we about to do You Are My
You
Lady.
got a lady? Let's go lady.
All right, so we're gonna scratch that one.
I don't even know what happened.
I don't know. I don't know what you sending me. All right. This is
Conspiracy.
non-edit version of 91.7 FM.
That's right.
All
That's
right, non-edit, real life
We
TV.
going with Lady, one
All
of
right.
the most beautiful love songs ever.
I don't have the music. Yep,
You don't have?
I don't have the music.
So what else you got?
You gotta do your thing. This is what
Listen, we going to have to go live.
No, what up?
We can do We Are the World. Y'all remember We Are the World? Y'all remember that?
A little
I
bit.
sent you something
We
else.
are
What
the
else
I
you
got the
world.
chorus.
Remember that? We are. Remember they raised all that money for having Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie and Huey Lewis and the News. Remember them guys?
Yeah, yeah.
I sent you the
right.
file.
Let's see if I have. Oh, I think I have Just Hanging On. All right. Okay.
Just hanging on is a Teddy Houston original.
Okay, we
right.
can do the Chetty Houston original.
All right, you want to do that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, let's do that.
Oh boy, jeez.
As the shadows fade to the cold of the night, I'm reminded and engaged in this internal fight. The question is, do I stay or do I go? Of all the things in my mind, this answer I don't know. Do I close the door like the words of Teddy P? Hanging on, baby. Yeah. Nothing seems to work now. Nothing lasts forever. You silly, silly boy. Life don't owe you a damn thing. You've got to secure your joy. Only be surprised when folk do what is right. It doesn't mean you don't trust, just a way to protect your heart. If your love is true, no excuse should you make. Can't seem to please you, but I'm hanging on, baby. like Humpty on the wall. Lately, I've been feeling like nothing can break this fall. What you trying to do? Bring my stride to a crawl. But I keep holding on. Ah, I'm hanging on, baby. I'm hanging on, yeah. I'm a misunderstood man. 1 foot out the door. Can't seem to please you no more. And I'm holding like a thread. You know what? Been there, done it again. Just hanging on. Just hanging on.
Boy,
All right.
I'm glad you went with that. I'm glad you went with that. That was good.
Hey, Teddy,
I prefer that one.
you ever thought about doing a commercial? You ever thought about doing a commercial for J.G. Wells? Put some vocals together?
I mean, I was good. Yeah, really.
We just might, we might get to
That's
that.
very interesting. Think about it
Might
now.
get to that.
You know what I'm saying? J.G. Wells will make you hold on.
That's right.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, they have the Colonel from Kentucky Fried. Y'all just hold on.
So tell Facebook one more time about you guys, JG.
How we-
Well, y'all come together. You come,
Yeah,
one come on one
here.
side, one come on one side,
Yeah.
one on the other.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
So how we all know each other and everything?
Nah, y'all
Just to
can
be
just
promoted.
whatever y'all want to
Where you
promote.
guys
Yeah,
are at and everything.
yeah.
So I'm Gabriel Perea. That's Jonathan Deck. We are the founders of JG Corporate Wellness. The website is JG Corporate Wellness, and we help companies lower their health insurance premiums while improving the health and happiness of their workers and increasing productivity. So we're in it for the long haul to make a positive impact in corporate America on the individual employees' lives. And thank you to gemsradio.net, 91.7, and Alisha and Doug for giving us this opportunity, and to listen to Teddy sing over
Wonderful.
here with
Yes.
this amazing voice.
Ooh, my
Can't take
pleasure.
it.
We got a
Yeah.
commercial in the works now, apparently. A radio commercial.
Yeah, that'd be very.
And we're gonna be-
Y'all you do a song
We're
for
gonna
J.G.
sponsor
Wells.
you.
That'd be our opening
Yeah.
song. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Stop.
These
I
guys-
swear to you, that'll be our opening song.
That time we said, hold on, I love that.
You guys can sponsor us. We're gonna sponsor you.
Yeah, listen.
Right,
Perfect.
That'll be our opening song.
Right.
All right, J.G. Wells will do our opening song.
That's the business corner with 91.7 FM.
You know,
So-
one hand washing the other. So it'd be like, hey, listen,
100%.
hey, J.G. Wells helping you get hold on with Alisha Lee and Doug out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that'll work there. That'll work. That'll
How
work.
can they follow Teddy?
But these guys are wonderful. You can follow me at on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. You can get me on Spotify. You can actually go to teddyhouston.com. You can go to iTunes and get the Teddy Houston album called "Are You Ready?"
Are you ready for Teddy?
And if you're not,
That's right.
and if you're not, you better go on.
And if you're not ready, we're gonna get you ready through JG Wellness.
Hey,
That's
and if
right.
you don't, you better ask somebody. You call Alisha Lee and Doug Oliver at 91.7 FM.
That's right.
We'll guide you to them.
They'll tell you about
There's
it.
always a way to market it.
Yeah.
You know that, though. You know we can market it very easy, very easy.
Yeah.
How do y'all know each other?
Well, believe it or not, we all used to work in like the same gym area and everything. But I actually attended one of Reggie's shows, Teddy's shows. Yeah, definitely, and it was amazing. And I love that how he's like, and believe it or not, it was like at a Russian nightclub.
A Russian?
A Russian?
He was, yeah.
Was it the same Russians that helped Trump?
Really?
But this guy is able to really
Vladimir
sing.
Putin shows up.
A what?
Vladimir Putin.
Stop it! No.
Well, no, the interesting thing, and I've been singing in the Russian community, been doing a lot of
Yeah.
work in the Russian community.
Right?
for
Yeah.
17 years. For the last 17 years, they've been keeping me working.
In New Jersey, a Russian community?
Yeah.
Or?
Like no, he sings at like a cabaret.
I started in
Okay.
Brooklyn, but now
I
I'm
was gonna say
doing
Brooklyn, yeah.
now I'm doing stuff.
Interesting.
Jersey,
They into soul roots of music like that?
yeah, man, they've flown me out to do stuff on numerous occasions. So, you know, they've been keeping
You
me
know,
working
it's
for the last
funny how
17 years.
cultures, like I was at a Albanian,
Okay.
and I thought they were Italian. The way I thought they were Italian. They were.
No, they're crazier than Italians.
Yeah.
I dated an Albanian girl once, never again.
I mean, it was amazing how they were though. They thought they were Italian.
No,
the way
yeah.
they were,
Very
the whole way they were. I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
they're Italian.
I want to shout out the chat. We got a lot of people listening to you guys
Okay.
right now. Everybody in the chat, thank you for actually tuning in. They're thumbsing up on a lot of things that you guys are saying.
I appreciate that.
Oh, great.
One
Thank
more
you.
time before I get off of Facebook Live, re-promote one more time. What is you do and how can they follow? So
JG, what else?
Okay,
Y'all go.
yeah, I'll sign off. Okay, Jonathan Deck and Gabriel Pereira, founders of JG Wellness, come here live at gemsradio.net, 91.7 FM, and it's a pleasure to be here. And just remember, we're here to decrease your insurance premium and increase employee productivity.
And what is it exactly y'all do?
The website is jgcorporatewellness.com.
Yes.
And what we do is we improve your health and wellness and through exercise and fitness nutrition, and we do biometric screenings, and then we lower your health insurance premiums through your employer.
Yes.
That's
it.
interesting. That's interesting.
Yep.
You diabetics, you better listen. They didn't help me out already. I already got my mojo back. And Teddy.
And Teddy Houston, you can find me on iTunes under Teddy Houston. You can get me on Facebook. You can get me Spotify, Instagram, TeddyHouston.com. If you need me, call me. I will come.
okay.
Now,
All right.
Now, what we're going to do now is, because I don't even see y'all guys go yet. We go off at 10. We got like 20 minutes.
All right, there you have it.
We got 20 minutes. Now, I
I
always do a segment. We do a segment of the show where we get a little, Teddy know, I get a little crazy. You can see I got that little wild streak in me, right? So what happens is,
You know, zip the zipper a little
yeah, we touch that borderline. Yeah, whoa.
God.
So, hey, if y'all can handle it, I sure love y'all to stay and go through this little segment with us.
I can handle it.
Another 20 minutes.
We
Yeah.
got another 20
Yeah.
questions. You know, we get a little.
Okay. All right.
This is the real version.
I'm gonna
of
give you.
the-
Okay.
I'm gonna give you my chair. I'm gonna stand,
All right, another chair.
and
All right.
one of y'all can slide to
No,
the.
I can stand. You good.
You
Don't
sure?
worry, I'll stand.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so one sit and one go in the middle.
Okay.
All right,
Gotta
one
be around
going.
to grab my
All right,
stand real
go
quick.
ahead. We're gonna do that. Let's go to a break until we go get this stand real quick. We're gonna go to a break and we'll be right back. Cut the music up. Cut the music.
So you didn't get lady?
Welcome back. We're back. I don't even want to waste time with the introduction of us because y'all hear that all the time. But I got some exciting guys in here, and I want the show to be a bang with these guys. I mean, y'all are interesting.
All right.
Oh, you got
Doug,
one.
you're a little nervous, Doug. I told my family to listen tonight.
Oh, you did?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm about to cry.
No, that's fine.
Well, listen, we always kind of mix up the show a little bit. You know, we mix it up. We got those weird questions, those,
Oh boy.
you know, those questions just make you say,
Let it rip.
interesting. Now, you in the medical field, you might be able to answer some of them pretty easy. Hey, Teddy, what you doing, Teddy?
He finding a song to close out with.
Just hold on, brother.
Love it.
Well, listen. All right. Now, we had one question one time that was very interesting. And I want to bring it back because it's something that, you know, just bug people out for me.
Suspense is killing
All
me.
right.
Okay.
Now, if you came home, right?
Oh boy.
And if you came home and caught your woman in bed with another woman,
Oh.
what would you do?
I mean.
What would you
God. You know, some people would say you walk out like, you know, you just act like, you know, like screw her, let me just walk away. But no, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna flip a shit like right
You
away.
gonna flip a shit?
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna flip what you go? I gotta feel I know what you're
I
gonna do.
mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
It depends on the context. Do I
Really?
know the girl already? Have we talked about it? Is
Nah,
it
you
my
walked in there,
birthday?
they was 60
Is it my birthday? Is it a surprise?
I like that.
Is it Christmas? I don't know. So it's like 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna be okay with it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I still consider that's disloyal. You know, especially if I didn't know about it.
Okay.
Now, if she came to me and said, I want to spice things up, and maybe we can discuss that. But it's like, anything that's not discussed out in the open is a problem.
Absolutely.
That's always a problem.
Okay. All right.
But
Now,
that's
Teddy,
it's
What
gonna
about
be-
you, Teddy?
I'd probably just leave.
So wow.
I
We have 3 different answers.
I would just
Three
leave.
different answers.
Like, yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm leaving as
If
well.
only for one night.
After I take a
course.
picture, I blackmail for the rest of my life.
Well, me, I probably get in there with them.
Wow. Okay.
I probably get in there with them.
I got it.
I probably would just get in there with them. One, you know, might be
Well, like I said,
eat one, while the other one, you know, I might just be.
well, 10% of the time, that's gonna be my situation too. Like I said,
Yeah.
I got variables.
But
I got
as
rules.
a woman,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, as I always say, the woman, not that that's me, but the woman didn't want the guy. So you thinking that, okay, you're going to join in, but obviously that wasn't on her menu.
Right. It could have been that she was.
So
cool.
it wasn't that she wanted you to join
Now
in.
check this out.
Are you talking
Are
about
you-
his woman?
His woman's woman. You talking about-
The
You're talking
woman. I'm saying, let me explain what I'm talking about.
His
So what I'm
girl
saying-
woman, the girl's woman.
If you walk in and
Oh, the
your
other
lady
girl.
is
Yeah.
with
Right.
another woman,
Yeah.
you thinking, okay, I'm going to join in. Your lady is saying, I didn't want you to join in. She wanted the other woman.
Now, honestly, can you
Now,
say
how-
this?
how-
You walking into your
How
house.
would you handle that?
Walking into your house. You walking into your bedroom.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And you walking into your bed.
Well, that's
check it out.
clearly- yeah.
She's gonna
Cut
do.
off. It's immediate breakup.
Yeah.
No,
of course.
she's gonna do
Yeah.
exactly what I need her to do.
That's,
You understand me?
that's what he
You
thinks.
understand what I'm saying?
That's
And
what
she
he
can
thinks.
report me.
Yeah.
Like they doing now, she can report me
I'm
40
not
years
that
later.
type of way.
40 years later, she can say, he came in here when I was effing his woman,
For-
and he screwed me too.
For the women who are like that, that's them. But obviously, she's picking a woman because she wants a woman.
Hey, listen.
So my question is,
Well,
Yeah,
for
Alicia's
me-
talking about a situation where they are not allowing you to jump in that bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're like
so,
they're laying
you
the
know.
like,
once again,
yeah.
I'm walking in my
what
house.
if it's her house?
I'm walking into my room.
What
Oh, see, now you're expounding on it. It's
Yeah.
my house. If I'm paying for that
Right.
mortgage, you get the hell out of that
But what
bed,
if
or I
it's
jump in.
Their house.
No, I'm jumping in.
Let me talk. What if it's their house or what if it's her house? And see, you can't always. That's the problem. Men always think that they can just go right
Wait,
on
don't
in.
start that.
I'm just saying.
Don't start that.
All right.
Don't start that. We're
So-
gonna be good.
Listen, you can throw many scenarios on it. Listen,
Yeah.
ask me, we throw many scenarios
I got
on it.
another one.
But if we walking into I'm in my house and she's in my bed, screwing my woman,
Well, she's
She
not
getting
your
it.
woman.
she,
She's her woman.
like I said, she's getting it.
Because if she's in your house, she's just forfeited all her rights.
Oh,
so
she
whatever
lost
happens
it.
at that point in time,
She lost it. And if she try to get up, you know how the cats bite the necks? So the other cat, you be on top of them, and they be trying to wiggle that. You ever see them with the cats?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yo, I'm gonna be just like a cat. I'm gonna be on her neck. She gonna be like, just what the?
Wow,
And we
you
wiggling
go
it.
Wow.
into her ear. She's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
God, that was great.
And check it out. My woman probably gonna be on her, and if she say one thing, shut up. You know, don't say nothing.
Listen,
All
they
right.
might both very well like that. You just don't know until it happens.
They might want it rough.
You don't know.
They might want it rough. Go ahead,
Alicia.
Alicia. Just go ahead.
Go ahead, Alicia. Go ahead.
That is a very uncomfortable topic.
Oh gosh.
90% of the time, it's not okay in my book. That's my final answer.
Yes, absolutely.
So my
Okay, if
If
question
it's my birthday, though, all right.
is very general. I like to ask this question: what if you're coming home with your lady friend and you get pulled over, and a police officer starts fondling her in front of you?
Ooh, I don't care if I go to jail for life.
So, let me,
hell?
this could be your lady
yeah.
friend that you've been dating for a while, or your wife. Now you already know how police brutality can be. So, do you react? Do you hold back? Do you record?
Well, you know what?
do you do?
Nowadays I take out my phone.
Or do you be the man?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Initially, you just saw my reaction. So in heat of the
Yeah.
moment,
Right,
right.
yeah.
In heat of the moment, I don't know if maybe I've had a beer or two. I might react. Okay, that's being honest. If I'm sober and it's in the middle of the day and this happens, maybe I'll be smarter about it and take my phone out and be like, "You got a problem." Okay, now you have a problem. But if I react, I don't. Like I said, for me, that's worth jail time.
Well,
Like, you don't
honestly,
put your hands on my woman.
you can't even let
Yes.
him know you got your phone now.
split second.
Because that might spark it to another level. You know what I'm
Let
trying
him
to
get
say?
mad too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You
like
want to
right
see
now,
him
yeah,
get mad too.
exactly. Because
So-
you want to see him get to the
Keep provoking him because
Agree.
he's clearly a guy with no scruples anyway.
Yeah.
So you can
So-
easily.
Something that crazy.
So obviously the
Yeah.
cop is doing this to taunt you, to challenge your manhood, and
It-
you know,
it-
to mess
it
with
could
you.
be if
So
he-
it's not even about the woman. It's just, hey, I'm a cop, and I
Yeah.
just want to just mess with you. And he even he licks her face or whatever. I'm just
Wow.
saying.
That's
what,
crazy.
What I'm just let me finish what I'm saying. So what would you do? And now I want to go around the room. How would you react?
No.
And you still in the
You see it in my face?
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
saying it.
I'm getting so
Yep.
mad.
I mean, do we think that it would go to that
I'm
extreme
giving
at
you
that
a
point?
scenario, yes.
I mean, at that point, it's just like, come on, like you're actually assaulting your girl, like, you know, and everything. And you know, it's almost like, listen, look, one, you're going to get videotaped. And two, I'm going to push you off of her because you do not violate her at all.
So you would defend her?
Yeah, you got to. I'm not going to like kill the guy, but you're going to push the guy
Might
off.
have to.
You're going to have to push the guy off, and you know, definitely push him off, and you're going to have to record it and report it because there's just
So you're facing a brawl, you're facing jail time.
pretty much.
You want to change before I get to Teddy?
Pretty much almost the same answer. I'm going to take my phone out, tell him he's got a problem, and if he continues to touch her, I'm going to physically remove him.
Yeah.
Okay? Then he's going to have a problem, okay?
You don't want this guy physically removed.
And then I'll spend I'll go into much debt that I have to get a good lawyer to take him down. Because honestly, I wouldn't stop. I would raise hell.
You can't do
I
that.
get over
You can't,
all over
yeah.
YouTube and Facebook, and like today, nowadays, with social media and all that, we have a lot more power. It's back in our hands. It's coming back in our hands. So that's like I said, I wouldn't tolerate that in any amount of jail time.
Now,
worth
remember, everything that you're
defending my
saying
name.
right now,
Yeah.
tell you for you, everything you're saying right now is a possibility. Because once you touch him, if he's that sick to be doing what he's doing, once you touch him, might be the end of you at that moment.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Especially now, we never know the scenarios. Like I said, through this questionnaire show, without the scenarios completely, you could have a partner there. You understand what I'm saying? The best thing to do is just record. Even though I know it's
Right.
hard,
Yeah, no.
it's
Of
hard.
course, that's what we put on our camera.
Let's
Yeah.
see what Teddy got to say.
It's a split-second decision
Right.
because now you're bringing back, you're bringing back thoughts from long time ago when you were in that situation. Then
Somebody did that to you?
no,
Oh.
Back in the day.
that goes back to slavery times. You know, when you couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, and that is one of the biggest reasons that there's a rift right now between us and our woman. You know, that is never healed, and that will never heal. So at that point in time, it's going to be a split-second decision as to what you decide to do.
So what would you do, Teddy?
I don't know what I would do
we all have our
Because-
answers.
Yeah.
because
Because what?
I'm just recording.
You got to record.
Because
I'm just
Oh
recording.
yeah, you're
That's
bringing
the
it out.
smartest. That is the smartest
But
answer.
so don't think about pulling out their phone. So if the phone was not in a situation, you back where you didn't even have phones to record.
You could
Take
imagine.
the phone away.
Yeah, you could imagine this
Different
situation.
scenarios.
I'm just saying.
The only thing you could do
Right.
is record in that
Okay.
situation. That's the
Right.
only thing you could do.
Can I say
You know what I'm
something?
saying? That's the only thing
Let
you
me
can
ask
do.
the question.
You did.
Okay, let me ask it in a different way. What if the phones was not available?
So 50 years ago, no cell phones.
Right, and
Yeah.
there wasn't phones. We just started this internet, so
Wow.
Facebook recording.
Wow, you know, you're really digging deep. And
Well, I guess like
Answer
50
the
years
question
ago,
over
you could probably
differently
open
each
carry a pistol. Now that we level the playing field a little bit now.
you know, you're talking about
You know.
sexual assault here
Right.
at this point. I mean, you're literally said the cop is licking your girl, and that is
That's a
that's
serious
that's
problem.
that's a serious problem,
Yeah.
of course.
Now the question right there is, you're not gonna go back and change it.
It doesn't even come down to
It
name.
is, because
Yeah,
every
like-
time you answer it, it goes to another thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Just, what would you do? It ain't gonna go back to something.
I know,
Just
I know.
what would you do?
I don't know. Like
Options.
you
That
can
was
imagine the
options.
rage
But what
coming
would
into
you
do?
person.
Yeah, I just gave options. What would you do?
split second.
Just God,
Because because you have to
I gotta shove him off.
send everything
Yeah.
through. You know, if you
Yeah.
make a move, you know, there's a chance it goes to another level. You could lose your life, right?
Right.
There's a chance you can go to jail. If you don't make a move, that's probably the end of you and your girl, and depending on how you feel about her, or even if you don't.
Right.
You know what I would want
That's
my man
another
to do?
question.
I mean,
You
you
know
could
what I
realize
want?
she's not the one.
You know what I would
Yeah.
want?
Right.
If I'm in this situation as a lady, I honestly wouldn't want my man to do anything. Only because I'm looking at his future. I
mean,
can
you're
take,
really-
I can take whatever, because that'll pass. But me
That's really
personally,
noble of you.
Yes.
But
But then
I don't think
how
enough
would that-
women think that way.
Yeah.
I don't care
But
what
then how
woman is in
long-
that position.
Right.
If she's being raped,
not
if she's
Yeah.
being raped, and rape comes in many forms.
Right.
It doesn't have to be
Well, it
intercourse
depends
for it to be
how far
rape.
into the-
It doesn't
the
have to be
rape.
intercourse
I
as
said
in rape.
fondling.
If he's fondling, grab, that's still rape. You know what I mean? You still gonna want your man to do something.
Yeah, you do.
But the
Yes.
only thing you can do to get away from this situation the right way, and it can't go back to what about this? is recorded.
Yeah, we're
And
talking-
get away from the situation.
Because the
You know what
fact
I'm
is,
saying?
it is 2017.
Everybody got a good opinion.
And we have the cell phone, so.
You gotta
And I agree with him. At the end of the day, I don't even call it pride. I just call it just. Like, I like to believe that chivalry's not dead. At the end of the day, I want to feel like I protect my woman. That's my job.
Absolutely.
Right.
Against any and all situations. So if it comes down to me possibly going to jail or if it's escalating, getting worse, I got to do something about that. I'm sorry. That's just a
Interesting
problem.
question.
And you
right?
don't
Yeah.
know
Yep.
what's going to happen until you're actually in the moment. Because
Exactly.
when you see that happening, and now I understand you may say like, you know, I want.
But
you know,
then I might be the opposite.
yeah, but I don't want my man to go to jail. But you have to understand it from the man's perspective,
What
because
if
the
she's
man
a
has to
jumbo?
defend their girl.
What if she's
Now
just
you're
a
changing
jumbo?
the question.
Huh?
That's totally
Now
different.
you're-
Wait, what did you
Yeah,
say?
that's totally
What if she a
different.
jumbo?
What if you don't care about her?
What if she a jumbo? Because she
you
did
don't
three
have to.
times.
Wow.
Okay.
Huh?
I said,
Even
you
if she's a
still-
jumbo?
You still gotta
Yeah.
defend her.
Oh, listen, if it's a
defend
jump
her.
off, I'm gonna say, why you doing all
Because-
that? Let him be
because-
giving me.
Because it's perspective.
I can't hear you. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Because it's perspective. Can you imagine what she's going through when she's going through something like that? Like, you know, it's come on. You got it. Yeah, but she's a jump off, but you still got
Jump off. Hey, listen, I recorded and sell it like Kim
Well,
Kardashian.
okay.
Kardashian.
recorded it.
If it's a girl I'm dating, but I know she's not the one, and I knew things were gonna end anyway, if that just happens to come up, I'm gonna record it, but I'm not physically touching the officer. Like, it's fine. I don't
The
need
only way,
I
the
I gotta
only
know
way.
she's the one. I gotta know that's my one.
Hey, listen.
You know?
Chicks, at the end of the day, I gotta see how she might be physically doing back at him. If she look like she enjoyed it,
Oh, boy.
I'm
You
really
changing-
tight.
you changing
Dude,
the game.
I'm really tight.
I don't know what kind of adult films you watch. That is off the charts, man.
I mean,
Now
yo,
you're
picture
changing
him
it.
grabbing her up, and
Now
she's like
you're
this,
changing
and
it.
she's like biting at him, and like, I'm like, wait a minute.
You're really taking it to the next
Now
level.
you're changing it.
You like
Deeper
that
and deeper.
rough law enforcement adult film style.
Okay, yeah. Throw the handcuffs in there.
Oh
Yeah, I see
man.
that was a little uncomfortable and a deep question for you guys.
He's going.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So, all right.
It's just you just hope to God that never happens.
Yeah.
That's a crap
Because it's gonna
scenario.
bother you one way or another. You know,
It's
being
gonna
a guy.
traumatize you.
Even if
Yeah.
if she's not somebody who you're really tied into, it's still gonna bother you from a man's standpoint because you
course.
know that he's doing it
Yeah.
to try and mess with you.
Nice.
Or just abusing their power. That's the point.
Everything. It's all that.
It's always, yeah.
And one. Yeah.
Is chivalry dead?
Nope. I don't think so. I think people like to say that because there's ulterior motives and people like to bash. There's a lot of man bashing going on nowadays, and there's a lot of disrespect for women going on nowadays. There's guilty parties on both sides, and I just want to get to know the individual. Like, that's my whole thing. I
The
don't.
romance, the dating, the
Sure.
Yeah,
all
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah, like I believe in that still. Like, I will
course.
open the door, always pay for the dates.
I'm
That
the,
kind
I'm
of
the
thing.
same.
Yeah.
I'm the same way, man.
Well,
I
listen,
like.
check it out. She paying for the meal. She even buying the condoms.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
How often does that happen for you, though?
Shit.
Look, you know?
in the eye.
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Hey, listen.
Because then maybe you could give me a couple of pointers. Because
Well,
that has
listen,
never
Okay, if
happened
you're able to
me.
secure that, wow, then you got a sugar mama.
What you about to say,
Let me
Teddy?
tell you something about guys, and I say this all the time. This is one of the things that I don't think the women understand. Guys want to take care
Of course.
of the woman that he feels for.
Yeah.
You know, if he cares for you, he wants to do everything for you. He
So women
wants.
shouldn't have to ask.
You don't have to ask if he cares for you. You don't have to ask him to do anything.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if he cares for you, you don't have to
When
ask
he
him
really cares.
for anything. He's gonna do that because that's what he wants to do for you. Because he wants you to know how much he cares about you, and he wants to protect you and shield
Take you out and,
Yeah.
and
hold you.
Now, we can go deeper and say that's, the beginning stages are always like that, but if we're talking about a 20-year marriage, things can get dull. Like, so don't think you care about you, you got to work on your romance again. But I would add to the conversation that I've had my fair share of just being a scumbag, going out and partying and not caring and picking up girls and leaving them by the wayside and the next day not calling them back. We've all been there, done that,
Honestly,
maybe.
Right.
But I knew that was my intention. Like, I didn't want to find the one. I just wanted to
Leave
go
them
out.
by the wayside.
By the wayside. Do people still say that nowadays? I don't know.
That was real. I like that.
Yes.
But then at the
I've
same
done
time,
that.
everybody
Yeah,
that you meet
like
doesn't
we've
fit.
all done that,
Right.
but at the same time, like you look for someone that you really truly care about,
And it comes
then
down
you
to the
will-
person.
Yeah, it really does, and then you will
Man,
defend them.
I have
at
got
all
up in the
costs.
middle of the night while they sleep and just left. Swear to you. I just got up.
I think I did
I
that
just,
once.
Everybody does.
Wow.
I just got up and left.
Right.
Just got up and
Wow.
said she sleep,
But
put
when
my
you're-
stuff on, and
But
get out.
when you're actually in a relationship,
Or before that, I'm a big energy person. When I can feel someone is rubbing, like when I'm feeling someone differently, like oh this is different.
right?
Like I don't just think she's attractive and I want to take her home. I immediately treat her differently. So it's
Yes.
like, and you like he was saying, or like Teddy was saying, when a man feels a certain type of way about a woman, he's just gonna treat her the right way right off the bat, and the woman never has to ask.
Takes me
That's
years.
So ladies, if you're dating,
I need years.
yeah.
I need years.
Is that because of age, or like? Because my question is that culture, or is that as you grow older, you start to adapt the concepts or something?
That's basic.
Or that's
male-
experience.
That's basic male-female
Oh,
relationship.
okay.
I'ma
Okay,
tell you.
okay.
And you get like with maturity. As I've gotten older, I don't act like my old ways as much anymore.
Right.
I was always raised to be a gentleman, to be chivalrous, but I knew when I was in my early 20s, I didn't care to find the one. So I was like, I'm gonna throw that out for a couple years and just do my thing. And when I'm ready, I'll come back to
Right.
being the gentleman my parents raised me to be, that kind of thing.
Right.
You know? So
Yeah, but like when you truly love someone, you'll treat them differently.
You truly love
But,
somebody?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
But you know what? It takes a lot for that. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes a lot for that, man.
Yeah.
Especially
Well,
when
there's
you've
always
been.
gonna be heartaches and everything, back and forth shit.
But check it out.
Yeah.
When you have been married
God damn
and
it.
you have been through all these different scenarios of situations in life,
Yeah.
it takes a lot for you to get to that point of feeling like that again. Just feeling like, especially when when you got kids that
I wish
you
I could.
raised them now and you kind of like just,
I
it
can't
takes
even,
a
I can't even
spark.
pretend to know. You know, I'm
Right.
not married yet, so but
So it's me and Freddie's some older guys, so we kind of done seen it
You
all.
got a different view of things.
But me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Hey, listen, I'll leave him at the club. I'll leave him at the club. I'll go, hey, yo, I'm out.
Language.
I'll talk to you later. Yo,
You're not gonna talk to them later. That's the thing.
I probably won't.
Yeah, like bye.
Hey, listen, pussy don't even excite me like that.
All right. So
It don't.
what we're gonna do is
Wow.
at the end of the show,
Wow.
and what we want to do is
keeping-
I want to hear
I'm keeping
Teddy's song.
Oh, Teddy, you gonna do another song?
If only
Yeah, we
for
gonna do
one
it.
night, okay?
All right, Teddy,
so
you
ready?
we got a minute and a half, Teddy. Go ahead,
All right,
do your
do
thing.
it.
All
Go
right, so
ahead.
we ready for that?
Cue it, baby.
All right, here we go.
This is a classic joint right here, y'all. This is classic. Luther Vandross. Remember Luther?
Yeah.
He didn't like no pussy though. He didn't. He didn't like no pussy at all.
how do you know that? You just know.
Yeah, I know, really. Like,
Let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away your fears. I'll be at your side, if only for one night. I won't tell a soul, no one has to know. If you want to be totally discreet, I'll be at your side, if only for one night. Alright, yeah, if only for one night. Your eyes say things I never hear from you, and my knees are shaking too. But I'm willing to go through. I must be crazy. I'm standing in this place, and I'm feeling no disgrace for asking. Let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away your fears. I'll be at your side, if only for one night. Ooh. if only for one night. I tell you what I need is, whoa, all I really need, one night for your love, of your love, of your love, of your love. Let me take you home to keep you safe and warm till the early dawn warms up to the sun. I'll be at your side if only for one night. Ooh, baby, if only for one night. Ooh, if only for one night. I only need one night, baby, baby. One night, one night, one night. If only for one night.
Ted. Oh, Teddy, Ted.
That's awesome. Wow.
Teddy, you the man, Teddy.
Promote yourself, guys.
Go ahead, y'all. Do your thing. Promote yourself.
Thanks
Teddy
for
Houston.
watching. Gabe Perea, Jonathan Deck, jgcorporatewellness.com. Here at, I'm sorry,
You give all your information.
Oh yeah, and email is gperea@jgcorporatewellness.com, jdeck at jgcorporatewellness.com. Here at gemsradio.net 91.7 FM.
That's it. And Teddy said,
Teddy
man.
Houston, thank you guys
Yeah.
for listening, tuning in. Thank you to Gems Radio 91.7, Alicia Lee and Doug Oliver. Celebrity Spotlight, rockin'.
And remember, let me hold you for one time. Just one night. Just one night. Let me hold you. Just for one night. If I don't get off, we'll do it again next week.
Bring an extra.
Yeah. By the time J.G. Wells is done with me.
Guys, next week, next Tuesday, same time, 8 to 10.
All right.
Radio,
Fantastic.
91.7. We're out.
Fantastic.